been a long time since I uploaded a real video of me talking, but today I'm going to share my philosophy with you guys, what I believe in everything on certain topics, like big, like major, like big topics and shit. So, first one is human rights. You see, there's no such thing as human rights. There's only things you can and cannot do under a state. For example, a person who commits bestiality is not obligated the same rights as an average, proletariat citizen. Just as a citizen is not given the same right as the leader is to go into his parliamentary office. Some people have higher rights than others. There's no such thing as human rights. Every different group of people are tailored to their own accessibility and inaccessibility under the state that they live under. Egalitarianism is straight up delusional and will never work or be achieved. It's all bullshit. Second thing I wanted to talk about is freedom of speech. See, I don't support freedom of speech. I think we should censor, ban things that harm society, and subvert, subvert the culture and people. I don't want to have to debate others or entertain the idea that pedophilia, for example, is a good thing. I think we should do exactly what Hitler did, where he burned like pornographic literature and degenerate material. So when Hitler came to power, he did two things. Which one? The first one was burning pornography and degenerate shit, and the second was banning usury, interest and shit in the economy and shit. Like he banned those two things. I think we should do that. Censoring our enemies, protecting people is important. I don't want people to promote LGBT and feminism and all that. And those things should be rightfully censored. Liberals have indoctrinated you into thinking free speech is good. I also think that if someone yelled, "I have a bomb at an airport," you should be arrested. Third thing I wanted to talk about is cults. There's nothing wrong with having a cult. A cult is just basically a collective people that have the same or similar beliefs. Cults are basically good. The idea of recruiting people and teaching and forcing your beliefs onto other people is good. Every healthy and functioning society requires a cult of people. Every community of people that work together and function under a culture, people, a nation, leader, a state are basically a state of cult. Cults are necessary for the collective, and there's nothing wrong with the idea of that. The majority of people think cults are bad. Even the truther, like the truther rooms and the truther, basically all the truther societies and shit, they believe cults and brainwashing and shit is all that shit is bad, but it's actually good. Indoctrination. The idea of indoctrination and brainwashing itself is not wrong. Parents always indoctrinate their children by enforcing their beliefs on children. The idea of teaching a person and proposing an idea to another person in itself is an indoctrination. A school, for example, is an indoctrination camp. I went to it for like 12 years. I'm still going to it. I'm relearning everything, but it's an indoctrination camp. There are good and bad forms of indoctrination. Like there are schools, bad indoctrination camps and good indoctrination camps. You get me? Books and other forms of media brainwash people into new ideas and beliefs. The irony is that people who say indoctrination brainwashing is wrong are themselves indoctrinated and brainwashed by liberals to believe that it is wrong. The Bible and the Quran indoctrinates people, and so does the church and the mosques. Indoctrination it's a duality with all these things: the freedom of speech, the cults, human rights. There's a duality. There's good and bad forms. Let's see what else I want to talk about. I want to talk about slavery as well. Slavery is not morally wrong as well. Children are slaves to their parents as children are told by their parents what they can and cannot do. Workers are slaves to their bosses so they can actually do their job and make a living. People are slaves to their leaders, states, and governments so there can be order and guidance within a society. Most importantly, humans and everything that exists are slaves to God. In essence, as well, slavery is a choice as you can make actual decisions on whether you are dictated by these forms of hierarchy or not. A servant is another word of a servant basically is another word for slave as well. Due to modern liberal society, we have over moralized and deemed this fundamental law as immoral without any real logic behind it. I support slavery. This is the end of the video. Peace out.